Vladimir Tarasenko of the St. Louis Blues joining us, Stanley Cup champion.
Stanley Cup
Vladimir
champion,
Tarasenko.
yes.
Does that get old, hearing the phrase Stanley Cup champion ahead of your name?
Every time you hear it, you just remember some moments from the playoffs, and how happy we was, and yeah, that's not gonna lie, that's really nice to hear. Thank you guys.
We heard a lot about Russians celebrating with the cup. You didn't go Ovechkin on this, did you?
What do you mean by Ovechkin?
I mean,
swimming?
You were on everyone's
Yeah, you didn't go
timeline
swimming?
on
No,
social media
no
for
swimming.
about 2 months.
No, we have a little bit different celebrations, but we celebrate pretty hard too. Nobody swim though, but we have a nice time together. And
Nobody jumped in a fountain and none of that
yeah,
stuff.
we have some nice fountains in St. Louis and downtown, but nobody did it. So either way, it was a really good time, and I'm really hoping we can get it done again.
What about back home in Siberia? Because I know Dmitry Orlov brought one home. Did you have a similar time? Was it nice to be able to do that for your hometown?
Yeah, he was there on my cup party.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have some fun. Spend some time with the families, and yeah, it was fun. But now it's only like week before the training camp, so we have to be ready and go to work again.
I know family means a lot to you because, your grandfather was a big part of what you did. What's it like when obviously you're playing so far away from home, but when you get to have a moment like that where you bring it back home? Yeah,
for our families, they definitely deserve to spend some time with it, and it's been really emotional moments for them.
Nice.
And for me, there is some people who helped me on the way to the Stanley Cup, but also there is some people who was always disappointment and saying you can never achieve it. So
Right.
I don't know which one is more nice, and honestly,
Which was more satisfying? Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
So which one was more satisfying?
Oh,
To
honestly,
see the friends and family who've been with you through thick and thin get emotional or as emotional or more emotional than you, or to stick it to the haters who didn't believe that maybe a talented scorer such as yourself could win a Stanley Cup at one point in your lifetime? What's more satisfying to see?
of course, family. Yeah, that people.
That's the correct answer. Yeah.
You always hear the noise around you, and you need to learn how to leave it on the side. But the people who was with you, especially my wife, my kids, and all our families, they always supporting me, and they deserve it. They deserve being with the cup, and they deserve to not paying attention to other people's.
Fair enough. So it's January.
Yeah.
You guys are in dead last. You're at a morning skate. You're probably somewhere it's cold, and you're looking around the room. What are you thinking?
Yeah, there was one day, just sit down in our house and trying to eat dinner and check the standings, and I never recognized we was in the last place in the league, and that day we was 31st. So I was talking with my wife for a long time, and I was saying how it's ended up like this. But first part of the year was, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't fun to get at the rink, and every time we start playing and we give up a couple of goals, you're just thinking, that starts over and over again, and it's not gonna be good. So then the change come in, and I think Chief changed the mindset from everyone in the locker room. So we need to play for a win, and obviously we have some individual goals, yes, but in the end of the day, the most important thing is win. That's what we feel in the playoffs too. When you go deeper, you just recognize, and scoring is nice, getting points is nice, but if you get a point and don't win, it doesn't matter anything. So, it's changed from I don't want to go to the rink to maybe I come a little bit earlier to hang out with the guys.
It's a huge change.
That doesn't often happen, right?
And especially we have same group of guys. Nobody changed, and I think it's on everyone in the team. Everyone did something to get closer to each other, create something special. And other good thing when it was trade deadline, we don't get anyone, which give us a trust from our organization, Doug Armstrong and the coaches and everybody else. So as a group of guys, we understand, we can make it happen. Even when we was last place in the league, we know we're supposed to play better, and we know we're supposed to be in a better spot. So I think start winning one game after another, help us build confidence, and then we just stick to each other. We know this working, and just go through the playoffs like this.
When did you know it was special? Like, when did you realize, okay, we've climbed out of the basement, now we're gathering momentum? When did you realize we got something special here?
I mean, we was 31st in the league, but we was 7 points, I think 7 points before the wild card. So
Right.
that's kind of...
That is the system.
Yeah, you're thinking you're really, really down.
Right.
But same way we talk at the rink and just saying, hey, listen, guys, it's 7 points. We just need a good winning streak, and then we can be back.
Wins, yeah.
So yeah, we got, I think 11 wins in a row. Then we get back in the playoffs, and I think at that moment when you climb, it's really hard to get from the bottom. You know, like you win one and other teams win one, and then you're still there.
Yeah.
So I think after that winning streak, we start understanding we can make a playoffs, and if you make a playoffs, nobody cares what place you are in. You just, one of 16 teams competing for a cup. So I don't think anybody think we're gonna win before, but we just have a mindset playing one game at a time, and
Nice.
I think this gives us a result.
Nice.
I think you've changed hockey forever.
Yeah.
In that any team that's not having fun, not succeeding, maybe doesn't want to go to the rink on that January day. in the
Someone's
morning.
going to point to you guys, yeah.
People are going to put you up on billboards and chalkboards all over the league and say, listen, just remember what these guys did. Keep that in mind. I know in the moment you're not thinking that, but I think you guys have really changed the way hockey teams look at the standings and look at their position. Are you getting a bit of that talking to some of the other guys around the league?
Not the guys around the league, but I think, that's every team have a different way to win the cup. And again, we can complain. Yes, we have a hard road there, but in the end, it doesn't matter. We just, Stanley Cup winners from last season. And it could be a good example, not only for NHL teams, but especially for young kids, to never give up and believe in yourself. And I think this is another example of if you have a good relationships inside your team, if you have really a family type of team inside.
If you care about each other.
Yeah, if you care about each other, then you can achieve something really big, even if you're underdogs or something like this. So that's basically the best lesson I think everybody can learn. You need to win something, you need to create something good inside your team first in the locker room, and then go on the ice like this.
Fair enough.
Before we let you go, we play video games a little bit. We've played it on the show before. Did you learn about the NHL from PlayStation? Did I read that?
Yeah, kind of, because I get a PlayStation in, I think, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And maybe, I think so, yeah. And then there was no NHL so on the TV.
Yeah.
And there was no internet. I can check YouTube or something like this. We
Right.
never have computer.
Yeah.
So we start playing a game, learn some players, arenas. And
So who would you play with?
I think that NHL starts with Buffalo, Detroit. What year was it? The final?
Oh, yeah.
1999, 98 maybe. So that's how it starts.
Oh, there's a few Russians on that team, too.
No. Detroit and Colorado.
And Colorado.
Detroit and Colorado, yeah. So, the graphics really changed through the years, but it was really, really fun at that time.
Nice.
Well, at times it looks like you're playing a video game.
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
true.
Congratulations on everything.
Yeah.
And I know you want to focus, but enjoy opening night, getting the rings, the whole 9 yards is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And for hockey fans everywhere, that was a hell of a ride. So I want to thank you and the Blues for that. And thanks for coming by, Vladimir. This was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Vladimir
Thank you.
Tarasenko, Stanley Cup champion, St. Louis Blues.